What is up, guys? Justin here with my pickups from this weekend, and this ended up being one hell of a weekend despite not having any leads going into it. I wasn't even going to stop at any garage sales this weekend because there was only a couple that were going on, but I ended up scoring big both Friday, Saturday, and now Sunday too. So let's hop right into this. I'll show you guys what I picked up on Friday at the one and only garage sale that I stopped at for this entire weekend. It was a later sale. It was starting at like 3 or 4 p.m. and I had to work later on Friday. The sale ended up being right on my way to work, so I was like, why not just stop? And I was clearly the first person there. They actually weren't even really fully set up yet, but I just asked if they had any video game stuff, older video games they were looking to sell. And the lady went into her house, and a few minutes later came out with a box of NES stuff. And I think I got some quick footage at this sale. I'll just kind of talk over it real quick, because I don't think it was very long. But yeah, there's a system and a small stack of games in there. I could tell she wasn't going to be asking too much for it because she didn't even have it out at the sale to begin with. And I was right. She sold the whole box to me for 20 bucks. She named her price. I had no issues paying that. So let's take a look at what I got. Right on top here, a couple NES Zapper guns, a gray one and an orange one. There was RF cord. No power adapter, which kind of sucked because this is like now the third or yeah, probably the third system I have right now that doesn't have a power adapter. But at least it's in pretty good shape. No chips or cracks or anything. Not yellow, maybe a little bit of yellowing on the front there, but nothing too bad. There's a few controllers in here, 3 of them actually. 1, 2, 3. And then this stack of games here. One of which I think I actually needed for my collection. So we got Tom and Jerry, Super Mario Bros. Duck Hunt, Super Mario Bros. 2, The Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle, Dr. Mario, and RoboCop 3. I was pumped to see this one in there. I thought I already had it, but it turns out I do not have this one yet. Unfortunately, the label on this one is... I don't know if the whole thing was glued back down or what, but it's kind of odd because the label is actually like off-center, if you can see there a little bit. I'm just now noticing that. I don't know, it feels like a legit label. The top of it's kind of messed up there. But I'll look into this further. As long as it's legit and everything and plays, I will hang on to that one for my collection. So 20 bucks for that. That's a great way to start the weekend, especially for the one and only garage sale. So Saturday's deal was probably the best deal of the weekend. It was a Facebook group find, and I was just lucky enough to check my phone and my Facebook a few minutes after this huge lot of stuff had gotten posted. Now, it wasn't all video game stuff. It was a lady that was moving and selling what looked like everything she had, pretty much. But within like the 100 pictures, I spotted some Wii stuff and some Game Boy stuff. And originally, I just met up with her to buy the Wii bundle, but I ended up getting a lot more than just that. So I'll explain that after I show everything. But here is the Wii system that I got. A white Wii system with the stand here. It came with what looked to be all the cords and stuff. It's kind of just a big mess down here, but sensor bar, power cord, a component AV cord, it looks like. Attached to that was a controller. There's a couple more controllers in here too. Let's see what we got here. We got another Wiimote, 2 nunchucks, and one of these classic controllers here. And then a pretty decent stack of games, which I will go through right now. Starting out with Super Smash Bros. Brawl, New Super Mario Bros. Wii in a white case, Nerf and Strike Elite, Summer Sports Paradise Island, Lumberjack, Go Play Lumberjacks. Alright. A disc-only Tony Hawk's Proving Ground, I think. Yep. Game Party 3, Donkey Kong Country Returns, which, do I still need this one? Actually, no, I don't. I have that one. Shaun White Snowboarding, Skate, Tony Hawk Ride, which I've been a big skateboarding fan, Game Party, the first one, and Mario Kart Wii. So that was all for the Wii stuff. I will show the Game Boy stuff I got from her next. She had 2 different Game Boy systems, an original white one, and then a Kiwi Game Boy Color. Both of which are in pretty good shape. Some scratching on the screen on this one, but they both had batteries in them when I was there, and I tested them, and the screens both looked like they were perfectly fine. So with those systems, we got some games. Some pretty decent ones in here too. We got Mortal Kombat, Kirby's Dream Land, Rugrats Time Travelers, The Castlevania Adventure, Super Mario Land, Super Mario Land 2, Tetris, Turtles Fall of the Foot Clan, Tennis, and a TNN Outdoors Fishing Champ. That was all for the Game Boy stuff, and that was all that she had pictured in her ad. But of course when I got there I asked if she had any other older game stuff that she might want to sell. She told me she had an N64, but it was at her friend's house or something, so maybe I'll hear back from her on that before she moves, I'm not sure. But she said that she had some old Nintendo stuff, some older Nintendo stuff, and she went in the other room and came out with a Retron, I believe, yeah, the Retron 2, I think? Yeah, so the Retron 2. So I don't think I've ever even played on a Retron 2 before, but it had what looked like the adapters for it, power adapter and AV cord here, and then it had these 2 controllers with it, an NES knockoff and a Super Nintendo Hyperkin brand controllers. And then here was the stack of games she brought out with it. So some more NES games. We got, don't want to spill them all, Magmax? That's how I've always said it. I don't know if that's right, but there it is. Major League Baseball, Street Fighter 2010, Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest, the early years, King of Kings. That was a pretty cool one to find. Not one you run across every day. Pirates, Gauntlet 2, TNC Surf Designs, Narc, WWF WrestleMania, and NES Play Action Football. So that was everything that I got from her. Now, what did I pay for all that? Originally I had just gone over to her house to pick up the Wii bundle because she was only asking $50 for it. I offered $40, she agreed to that. She was asking $100 initially on the Game Boy stuff, and again, she didn't even have the Retron or the NES games listed or pictured or anything in her ad. But basically I went there, I took out the money for the Wii bundle, I asked, you know, what would be the lowest you could go on the Game Boy stuff, and she basically just told me to make an offer for all the game stuff. And I offered her all the money I had with me at the time, which was $90, and she seemed more than happy to take that. So what was originally supposed to be $150 some ended up being $90, and I got all the NES stuff included in that. So that was pretty cool. Maybe I'll hear back from her on the N64 too. I let her know that I was interested, so I might show that in a video if I end up getting it. Finally, on to Sunday morning at the Goodwill. I went up there this morning with the intention of buying these guys, which have been sitting in their glass case for a couple weeks now. They actually had 3 of them. Someone must have bought the gray one. But these were both marked for $4.99 each, but I knew that Sunday, this morning, started half off pink tags. These both had pink price stickers on them. So that's how cheap I am. I wait for stuff to go on sale for half off before I buy it. I didn't really care if I ended up with these, but I just, knowing that they had them, I was like, I'll stop up and see if they still have them. And they did. But sitting in the glass case next to the Zappers was actually an N64 system with the expansion pack. I was missing the cover for the expansion pack here, but it was marked for $24.99. Which is very reasonable. I haven't bought a system from this Goodwill in a long time because every time they get one, it's just way too expensive. But I thought $24.99 with the expansion pack was a good deal, and it did come with another bag of stuff. You saw it had the power adapter plugged into it there, but there was also this bag that came with it with the AV cord and one of these crappy Mad Catz controllers that probably doesn't work, but still $24.99, pretty sweet deal. So they're holding the N64 and the Zapper guns up at the front for me. I went and browsed through the electronics section and found another system. They had a PS2 Slim bundle over there, which was marked for $19.99, and it came with a controller, blue controller, and the cords for it were both in there. So again, $19.99, not a great deal for a PS2 Slim, but considering the prices I've seen recently on systems at this Goodwill, that was pretty damn good. So I ended up dropping like 50 bucks at the Goodwill this morning when I thought I was just going up there to buy these. So, amazing weekends, especially not having any leads or anything going into it. It just goes to show that things can, the tides can turn on a dime, right? So I had a little bit of luck involved with some of this stuff, but it was a very satisfying weekend to say the least. So thank you guys for sticking around and checking out the video, and until next time, take care.